Stuff. Anybody have any particular questions? If not, I'll be around too. Go ahead, sir.
Since you bring up politics, you're still going to have to deal with politics. Have you seen an article, I believe it ran in American Thinker, that Harry Reid intends to nationalize the police and effectively make you ineffective in the hiring and firing of them, because he wants to create a national union for all police and firefighters.
Yeah.
What's your reaction to that?
I disagree with that.
Repeat the question.
Oh, sorry. He's inquiring about basically a nationalized police force. Union, national police union across the country, all for one union, whether or not I agree or disagree with that. I disagree with that, both for two reasons. One, as a person who's been in a union themselves, you would rip away type of local representation. So as any of the guys in here that are part of a union now, being part of such a big union does nothing for you. It's weaker for the officers. Also, as for the on the other side, the taxpayers administrative, it makes it harder for us to get any a reasonable contract. When you got such a massive union, it'd be kind of like Teamsters. You know, you have just a massive union come out and pick it against the issue. That'll be a problem. So no, I'm against a national union. I'm not against unions at all. I've been very supportive of it. Anybody who's followed me knows that. But supportive in a way that's not ultra lucrative, and a lot of people are critical about unions. When you look at the sheriff's officers, these guys are the second lowest paid in the state. These guys don't have a lucrative contract. They've been without a contract for a couple of years now. They've only had a contract for, I think, 2 or 3 of the last 6 years. They've had a 6% pay increase in the last 6 years. So they're not sucking money out of us really in that sense. So. All right? Go ahead, sir.
Yes, you mentioned at the beginning the problems of funding in the current system, in the jail system. The public perception is that in general, many employees in your line of work receive far too lucrative pensions, and this is a major problem. How do you stand toward that? What do you think?
As far as the lucrative pensions?
Well, yeah, in terms of curing the problem, the present funding problem we have.
Yeah. I know, as I understand it, the state can't afford these lucrative pensions, especially in the elected positions. I probably won't take that pension. I won't take that pension. I can tell you that right now. I'd rather put my money somewhere else, Fidelity Investments or something like that anyway. So, you know, I have no intention of relying on a pension. So I won't take it. The only promise that I can promise that right now, I will not take that pension. But I do understand that statewide it's a huge issue, very lucrative. You know, that's something that needs to be pushed to the House for changes.
What perspective would you have as a police officer that might be different from, let's say, a correctional officer who would be running? Is there a different way you look at the criminal who's in jail?
Yeah, I see the importance of being a corrections officer. You know, I respect Mr. Bolway very much, his position, being internal correctional experience. But from the outside, oftentimes the police officer is the one who put the gentleman there, or the female. You know, we see firsthand the issues of why those people are in there. A correction officer will see the ins and outs all the time, but we're seeing the actual crime, the victims, as well as how families are affected, not only by the victims' families, but by the offenders' families as well. Tanya?
My understanding, you don't have an option when it comes to pensions, so you're going to have to take this pension. My question is, if you do not want it, what would you do with that money?
Without the funding?
Absolutely.
Well, I'm not sure if that's worked into the wages already. I'm sure it is, but if it is, I would take that funding and put it towards additional staffing to increase the correction officer level. Like I said, they're very understaffed. I'd rather use that to increase the staffing, make it a safer place, increase public safety overall.
So you'd rather use the money towards the in-house instead of like maybe putting it towards something in the community?
I'm sorry?
You'd rather use the money in-house instead of applying it towards something with the community, outside of the departments that you work for?
When we can operate, when the Sheriff's Office can operate its core functions first, then I will spend money outside. Okay, I do strongly believe in community education programs. Those are cheap. Those are things that we could probably start off with right away. But as far as additional, heavy regionalized services or programs, starting another halfway house or something to that tune, various programs, that cannot happen right now. Just do not have that kind of funding. Community education programs, getting into the schools, getting to senior centers, absolutely right away. They're cheap. It's just a matter of paying someone's time to go there. I have no problem doing it myself.
Mr. Nichols, excuse me. Now you're saying you're against pensions, so now would you also be against or for raising the retirement age from 55 to 65? I'm a corrections officer, so you're telling me instead of 20 years, I'm going to have to do 30?
No, I was talking about more or less the elected officials have a higher...
But if you're the sheriff, you have no option. You're taking that pension, so you're either with us or you're against us.
Wait, I'm sorry?
You're an elected official from the sheriff. You're part of us. So you're getting a pension. You're getting a retirement after 20 years, regardless. You have no choice.
Yes.
So you're either with us or you're against us.
I'm with you. As a sport, I'm saying as individually...
But if you're against pensions...
I'm talking individually, like it's similar to a person taking a pay cut. It's for my particular position, I will not accept the pension.
Okay, but what I'm trying to say is, they're trying right now to raise the age from 55 to 65 in our particular group. Well, are you for or against that?
I'm for.
You're for them raising it to 65 from the retirement?
No, for retiring. For retirement age, yeah. 65. They could be older.
So then there are people up there right now that have to do another 10 years after they've raised those money. They're helping them.
I'll talk. No problem talking. Okay.